Hi, I'm Dr. Jim Lakin. I've been a Master Gardener now for about 4 years, although I've been gardening for about 40 years. Around 5 or 6 years ago, I started to develop an interest in growing plants from seeds. And, started initially with a few flats in the kitchen window and had limited success. About 3 years ago, I decided I was going to go whole hog and see what I could accomplish, especially trying to germinate some of the more demanding native perennials. And this is what we ended up with. Well, this is our germination compartment. It's a heavily insulated 4x8 container. And since we're working in the garage, which is not heated, I intentionally built a pretty sturdy unit. And I found that just between the heating pads and the lights, it generally will generate more than enough heat to keep the plants at about 70 degrees, which is just ideal for germination. The one problem we have run into is that the higher shelves actually get up into the 90s, which is a little rough for plants. So I think if I were to do it over again, I'd definitely put a vent in up here, thermostatically controlled vent, to pull out some of that hot air. But down here in the lower levels, we get some very, very good conditions for plant germination. After they do germinate, what we do is replant them here on the table into larger containers such as these, and then just move them over to this area where they're allowed to grow. And we found that even though they're out in the cooler garage area, the larger containers on the heating pads and with the lights maintain a good temperature, about 70 degrees. And the heating pads themselves are thermostatically controlled. And let's see if we can find it here. Yeah, here we are. We've got a thermostatically controlled probe that will go right into the soil of the plant. And temperature, of course, is recorded here. It's heating up. But it does a good job of keeping the plants around 70 degrees, which is ideal for them to further grow and further propagate. Such that in a couple of months, you usually have some good-sized plants that are ready to transplant to the outdoors. Okay, well, the first thing we started with was the Germination Cabinet. And this I made out in the workshop, just using 2x4s, insulation, put some plastic sheeting down here, since the lower area is obviously getting a lot of water, and use some plexiglass to cover the front so you can keep an eye on what's going on there. Actually, totaling it all, it was about $400 or $500 in material by the time we got the lights, the heating there, and of course the thermostatically controlled heating pads. The lights, of course, are on timers also. But if you got a warm area in the house, you can do it for a whole heck of a lot less money. But since we were using a garage area and I was having fun, I perhaps spent a little bit more money than was absolutely necessary. My interest in native perennials was such that I thought, hey, let's see if we can do it right, since a lot of the germination requirements for natives are a bit pickier than what you get, say, for zinnias or other, commonly planted annuals. And to achieve that tighter control of the environment, to hopefully get a higher germination rate, the setup was put together. Blazing Star does quite well. We've had a lot of luck with Lobelia cardinalis, the cardinal flower, Lobelia syphilitica, the giant blue lobelia. And they've done well, but I'm always trying different stuff, and some works out, some doesn't. You've got to pay particular attention to the stratification requirements for these different plants. In other words, some of them have to go in the refrigerator in a moist environment. That's why we use the coffee filters for 30 to 60 days before germination.
Okay.
So I've got a few things sitting in the fridge there. And,
Do you?
well, yeah, hopefully my son won't mistake it for beer and grab it. So if that works out okay, then we'll be in business. Oh, here we are. What do we got here? That is Esclepius Tuberosa.
The butterfly weed.
Butterfly weed, yes. So it has a little bit of moisture in there, and it's undergoing a little bit of stratification. What I like best about it is it's just around the corner from where I am every day. So I can keep close track of the germination cycle. I can assess what's working, what's not working. I can easily make changes in watering schedule or heating schedule as I see plants doing well or not doing well. Fortunately, knock on wood, we've had little trouble with damping off, but you know, if that is occurring, and we have had a few episodes, I can hop on it and get some antifungals on there, which will reduce the loss. So yeah, it allows me to keep much closer track of things than would be the case with other setups. But with timing, I like to anticipate when we'll be doing our first planting, and with global warming, obviously that's earlier and earlier each season. But I will start as late as late February, although I'm planning to get going this year around the first of the year, since I do have set up to keep the plants growing to a larger extent, and we'll be able to hopefully get some good sized plants for the plant sale that we have slated. And when is that? May?
May.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll have some 4 or 5 month old plants to offer, hopefully. We'll see.